I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
You must listen. What I'm about to tell you will change the course of history.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome everyone to Matrix Study Hall. I am MS Oracle, Miss Oracle. Alright, and let's go ahead and get into this article. This is from marketingdive.com, and it states Campaign Trail Brisk Iced Tea brings back classic claymation with DojaCat. Okay, and I'm not going to have the audio playing, but we're going to just study this imagery just for a little bit, and I'm going to actually have the video where you can actually see what's going on. So even when you look at the imagery of this, what draws your attention is that claymation, okay? This is something that is going to bring children to the forefront, children's attention. And what you notice also in this, as she's drinking up her brisk iced tea, the man or the friend, okay, is being devoured by a bear. Okay, so let's go down into this a little bit. And why this is such a problem. There you have it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into this a little bit. So if you paid attention to the visuals within that little brief commercial, although it seems something playful, something fun, it shows somewhat of a sacrifice that's being taken place. Now, you may think that I'm reaching, but it's really not a reach. When these cogs of the machine, when these agents of the Matrix go into superstardom, oftentimes they have to sacrifice an aspect of themselves. Being that it shows that DojaCat is sacrificing her counterpart, the black male, okay, it says a lot. Also, with her donning the blonde hair, with her having like the fur-like outfit on, representing the beast, there's so many different things that the Ilulu, I'll put it that way, the Ilulu is putting out there, the secret cabal. And it's really not that secret, but it's just that we're so immersed with all these things that people tend to think that it's not even a thing, that it's actually not happening, and it's much more deeper. Because if you have someone that is appealing to the youth, but yet constantly saying that she's not a role model, this is a real problem. We're going to get further into a lot of the imagery that she puts forth and why this is something you have to really be careful with your children partaking. So here we are. Now, the reason why this is such a problem is the mere fact that although she's constantly saying that she's not trying to appeal to children, if she is dressing up as caricatures of children's cartoons or video games, and we're going to go into another video in regard to that, where she plays up the whole animal, I think it's called Animal House, Animal Farm, something like that, but it is actually a video game that is marketed towards children. Now, within this, okay, let's just get into some of the imagery of her album. Now, this album is titled Demons, and she's actually depicting herself as a demon. So when you have children that are looking at this commercial, They're looking at the commercial, they're interested in it, not even seeing the context of what she's actually representing in the commercial, okay? Not seeing how that is showing, even within when she sacrificed the black man in this. And to me, I'm thinking that is a representation of her father, who is a black man. But I digress. Her eyes begin to glow. They begin to turn blue. Now, there's something else I want to make notice of with the eyes turning blue. She gained these powers or whatever in the commercial. Is that there's something else I recently saw, and it's called the Penterverat. And this is about Mike Myers, and it's all about the secret society, okay, per se. And how when people were taking over, their eyes turned blue. And I'm going to insert some clips of that, some visuals of that. But I find that not just a coincidence. There's definitely no coincidence. This is intentional. Even as you look at some of the imagery here, when the demon takes over her, her eyes turn blue. Here, her eyes turn red. So let's go ahead and see these visuals. Because again, if the children are looking at her and beginning to follow her, then they go and click on some of the other things that she does online. This is what you have. And another thing I find really disturbing is that she even calls her followers at times her little demons, or demons per se. So as you look at the visuals of some of the things that we have here, even her t-shirt here says cash cow. So it's just really an incentivized way to put out the most defamed, debaucherous things. And yeah, it's very obvious. It just continues more and more imagery of her depicting herself as a demon. And this is what is being marketed towards children, but at the same time saying they're not marketed towards children. Very much outlandish. So I'm going to share a few scriptures here in regards to this. So it says, Deuteronomy 18:9, when you come into the land that the Lord your God is giving you, you shall not learn to follow the abominable practices of those nations. Okay? Let's go on to Ephesians 6:12. And that is, put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers and against flesh authorities, against the cosmic powers over the present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in heavenly places. And also we have Proverbs 4:14-15 is, do not enter the path of the wicked, and do not walk in the way of the evil. Avoid it, do not go in it, turn away from it, and pass on. And this is very important because, again, this is the imagery that is being peddled towards children as something cool. But again, they basically try to put it in a sense of, harmless, it's just entertainment, when she's pretending to be a literal caricature or claymation character. But then once the children look into her, this is what she's really about. Demonology. Good or bad, it's all bad. Scripture warns us to stay away from things like this. Until next time, I am Miss Oracle with Matrix Study Hall.